I, 25 male, learned today that my father, 46, has been married to another woman while still married to my mother, 53. My parents separated in 2000 after they got married in 1996. I also have a younger brother, 23, if that matters. Anyway, I learned today that my father has been married to another woman while still married to my mother since 2006 or 2007. My father is from Mexico. In 2006, he went to Mexico to get eye surgery done because he has terrible eyesight. In the almost 2 years he was there, my mom was told by one of his family members in Mexico that he got married to a woman there. I knew about this, but I didn't want to believe it. I didn't actually want to believe my father was stupid enough to get married a second time while still married to my mom. One of my cousins from Mexico, on my father's side of the family, they sent me a screenshot from Facebook of the post of my father's second wife. I laughed because in the post she was thanking everyone who wished her a happy birthday and talked about how blessed she has been to live life with her husband, my father. Well, she was lived in Mexico the entire time and my dad has over here. My father eventually returned to the United States in 2008 after several eye surgeries later. I've considered telling my father about the second marriage, but I know we are going to argue about it. My mom is a survivor of domestic violence caused by my dad. I know my mom is old enough what to do, but I really want her to get a divorce now. I wish she had divorced him a long time ago. Any advice is appreciated on what should be done about the news. As a result of my dad's second marriage, I will file a name change petition next week to drop his middle name and last name from my name. I will seek to add my mom's surname. My father's last name ends with me. Should I ever have my own family one day, I will pass down my mom's surname. Top comments. Here's a comment from Ladybug1388. Well, if he did legally marry this woman, then in the US, he has committed a crime. In US, you can only be married to one person at a time. And with that, in certain states, it can help your mother get a better divorce. Here's a comment from Merciless Mandy. You mentioned they were already separated and he sounds like the familiar jerk. My bio donor did the same to my mother. Show your mother your evidence if you haven't and see what she wants to do. If she's already a victim of his violence, she needs to be involved at least in knowing the rest of who he is. I don't blame you for wanting to change your name. I don't carry my bio's made-up name he used with my mother. Telling him, well, you said you know there will be an argument, so why bother? He'll try to make up a lie and may even get violent out of frustration for being caught. I lived my whole life so far and haven't missed mine. I was fortunate to have a stepdad I loved to the moon and back. His name I carried with pride. So, do what gives you closure and move on. We are not the mistakes of our father. Here's another comment from PNW Catman420. If he married this other woman legally, he could go to prison for bigamy and the marriage to this other woman will be ruled invalid. If your mother wants to get away from him, he just gave her an easy way out because he committed bigamy. And she will most likely get everything in the divorce. So if I were you, I would tell her. Next story. Am I the evil for gifting my mom and her husband a book on cheating for their anniversary? I'm 16 male and I love my mom, 35, but when I was 10, she had an affair and left us. I visited her as often as I could and she always seemed so happy when I was there, but I hated her new family, so I stopped visiting. Honestly, we rarely ever saw each other after just for my birthday and events, really. She wants us to be close, but I want nothing to do with her new husband, so I've kept my distance. Except on February 20th, my dad announced he'd be out on business till the 12th and my grandparents are stuck visiting relatives in Italy, and so I really had nowhere to go and my mom jumped at the chance to have me stay with her. And just my luck that my mom's anniversary with her husband was on Sunday. I haven't had a good time here at all, so all I do is stay in my room doing homework or go out with my friends to avoid family activities cause it sucks seeing how lovely-dovey she is with her husband and how they seem like the perfect family with their daughters. The morning before her anniversary day, she came to my bed and tried to cuddle with me like before she left us, but it made me angry like we can't go back in time and pretend it's how it was. So I just pretended to be asleep and stayed curled up and frozen till she left.
I started crying because of that, and I felt angry and snarky, and my mom majored in literature, so I got her a copy of Anna Karenina for her anniversary. That book's about a lady who leaves her husband and son for her lover. I never read it, but I watched the movie with my girlfriend and I hated it. The anniversary party was on Sunday. Everyone was having fun but me, and then people gave their gifts. I gave mine, and when my mom saw what it was, she seemed shocked but just said thanks. The party ended like an hour after, but at night when she was in her room, I heard her crying really loudly. So I kinda eavesdropped a little and heard her saying stuff about the book and me and her husband trying to calm her. The next day at breakfast, she left for work early before I woke up, and her husband straight up called me an asshole and other stuff for gifting them that. It's been a few days now and my mom has barely talked to me. Honestly, I feel so wrong I made my mom cry, but at the same time, I don't want to be here and she knows that, so am I really the asshole? Edit. Thankfully, the mods have blocked this. But to everyone who keeps DMing me, here's some facts to read before you do. I gave my mom the book to try and get it across to her that I hate being at her house and being around her family, and that it hurts me to be there because I sympathized with the son from the movie, not because I want a train to run her over. I do not want that to happen to my mom. I do not want my dad to get back together with my mom. He's happy with his fiancée. My dad has his reasons for not wanting me to go to therapy and is just being protective. Yes, I stopped visiting my mom because I hate her husband, but she had custody of me on weekends or breaks. She could have forced me to be with her, but since being with him or making him be with us whenever I did go to her was more important, she never tried anything beyond the bare minimum of going to big events. Now for the top comments, here's a comment. Definitely not the asshole. For one, Anna Karenina is a classic and a great gift. For another, if the shoe fits. Not the a-hole. Now here's a comment from Rachel VVVV. Not the a-hole. She wouldn't take it so hard or understand what you're implying if she didn't already feel that way.